What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video. Today what I'm doing is something totally different. I'm actually doing a little bit of roleplay. It's my first time, so take it easy on me. I'm not sure where this video is actually going to go, but we're just going to play around with it, have some fun. And if you guys do have any suggestions on how I can make this into a fun little series, then definitely leave your comments down below and let me know. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button. Also, again, if you don't enjoy this video, then let me know again how to improve down in the comments. So what I'm actually doing is I'm messing around. I'm walking around this entire place. I actually just drove by this beautiful house, and it is a huge house, and I wanted to stop, maybe take some photos and see if the guy had any cars, because I did notice he had a massive barn here as well. So he actually told me he has something very special in this barn here, but he has just no time to fully fix it up or do anything on it. So what I ended up doing was asking him what sort of car he had, and he said a Lamborghini Countach was just sitting in here. Now, it's definitely in really bad shape, has totally rusted out. As you can see, needs basically the whole body and windshield completely replaced. But what I want to do, I actually ended up throwing him 50 grand for this thing, and he said I can take it and I can redo it, because he really wants to see this thing in tip-top shape, also on the road. So I threw him 50 grand. He said it actually runs, so the engine's all good. It's just basically cosmetic. Everything on it needs to be replaced and fixed up, and as far as I'm aware, the frame, everything's good. The interior also looks mint, which I'm very happy about. So don't even have to mess around with the interior. It is missing the wing on the back, so that will be pretty pricey. But you know what? We're going to actually hop right into this thing. We're going to bring it all the way back to our garage and see what we can do to it. Alright, so jumping into the Countach, it does fire up, which is really good. The headlights still pop up and everything, turn on, that's good as well. And it's actually sounding pretty decent. It would be lovely to put an exhaust on this, make it a little bit louder, but I'm excited to see what we can do. We're actually going to rev it while we're in this garage. The exhaust on it's actually pretty nasty, not going to lie. Pretty happy with that. We're going to actually drive it, see how it performs all the way back to our garage. We're going to set our GPS right now, and there's a couple different garages we can go to, but the one that I'm going to head over to is our castle. It has the most amount of space, and also we can deliver some parts there. So we'll actually see how this thing performs. It is kind of rough, doesn't drive too well. Let's check out the interior really quickly. I love the white. All the rust on the outsides are not very good. We got a Ferrari passing us. And it's definitely sluggish. It's definitely slow, so we can definitely put some parts in it. But man, 50 grand for this thing is a great buy. I think I can probably sell it in between like 100 and 200,000 once it's fully decked out. And we got parts coming over from Japan, man, so these parts are nice and cheap. We can definitely redo this, make it look into such a masterpiece. It's actually pretty fast too, like it's not bad. And it sounds really good. I'm happy about the sound on it. This thing's in rough shape, man. But for the most part, it doesn't look like anything's missing either, and the rims just need a nice little cleaning. But we'll make this back into the original condition that it was in, and maybe put like a sick little paint job on it. Oh, boys. The brakes definitely need some replacing as well. They're not very good, but as you can see, we're almost back to our castle there. Take these corners like a champ. I just hope it doesn't die on us on the way back. It is getting nighttime, so we will probably have to wait until tomorrow to actually fully restore this thing, because I'm beat. I definitely want to take it nice and easy tonight. I think, you know what, finding this thing for 50 grand was enough. Pulling up to our castle right now. And yeah, let's bring it into the garage and we'll check it out all tomorrow. Alright guys, so it's been a couple weeks since we got the Countach, and as you can see, it's looking in tip-top shape already. It's actually had all the body panels basically replaced, all the brand new ones, including that big spoiler on the back, and then we put a layer of primer on this thing. So it's basically ready to go. Everything that we have to do is basically just the design that we want to create for this thing, and also the engine modification. So that's what we're going to jump into right now, see what parts we have available for the engine. And I think there are a lot, as you guys know. Basically it's pretty standard for this car, but all the way over to conversion, you can swap the engine out, you can do the drivetrain, and also the aspiration. We can put like a twin turbo or also a supercharger if we choose to. We're going to leave it naturally aspirated. We're actually going to do an engine swap though, put an racing V12 in this thing, and I do want to make it all-wheel drive compared to rear-wheel drive. Just make this thing an absolute beast and very fast. That's the biggest difference, because when I was driving it when I first got it, it was just super sluggish and super slow. So engine modifications, we're going to basically up everything to a racing intake, a racing manifold, fuel system. Everything is going to the racing sector, just being high performance. That's what we want this vehicle to be, is a high performing car. I want to use it a lot more. This is a very cool car, especially, man, we picked it up for 50 grand. We're probably going to spend on average between like 100,000 and 200,000 on all the body panels and pieces and parts, which is totally fine. I mean, for a Countach to get it for 250k, that's a pretty wicked deal. We're not going to put a roll cage in this thing, but we are going to weight reduce this thing. Going to put a new clutch in it, also transmission, put a racing one. Basically everything that we can do. And I want some girthy tires on this thing too. This thing already has girthy tires as it is. We might throw some snows on it for now, just while it is winter time. Totally happy with that, but big girthy tires. The rims, I'm okay with leaving those stock for now, to be honest. I want it kind of as original as possible, but we will make these wheels pop out just a bit. So I do want to go back into that and actually make the front ones kind of more closer to the frame. There we go. Now we'll see the body panels. We can put some extras on the front bumper, which we don't want to. And that big wing that we actually ended up spending money for, we can switch for a GT wing, which I do not want to do that. So that's all the upgrades for the modifications to the engine that you can do. Luckily, we got a huge discount. Only spent 12 grand on those upgrades, which is awesome. Must have already had quite a bit actually invested into it already. Let's go down to the designs and paints, because I do have an idea of what I want to do to this car, but I don't know if we're actually going to do it or not. I'm going to find new designs for a second, just see what sort of designs have already been made for this thing. And this is the one that's relatively what I wanted to do. Something where it's like a black or a dark blue with gold wheels. But I'll take a look at some of the other ones. And I do want to do it myself. I don't want to download someone else's. So we'll go ahead. We'll play around with this. All these are the manufacturer colors that you can put on it. And honestly, like, most of them are pretty nice on it. Like, I don't really like the baby blue on it. Or I thought there was a brown for it as well, but maybe not. Anyway, the black is definitely the way that we're going to go. I do want to make these windows a little bit tinted. And then the rims, there are multiple layers, so we can actually mess around with this quite a bit. So let's go ahead for the actual rim. We'll make maybe gold. I want the barrel to be gold, actually. So maybe the rims will be chrome. Completely chrome or like semi-gloss, I'm not sure. We'll go polish for now, and then I'll go back into like a different layer group. What does this change? Can't actually see what this changes. Might be the barrel on the inside, so we'll leave that. That's not a big deal. The inner barrel, actually, that's what is on the inside. I want to do this outer barrel, outer lip. I want to make that gold. Although red and stuff looks really good as well. Unless I was to do the opposite, the flip side. Make that silver and the rim gold. I think I like that a little bit better, to be honest. Let's go ahead. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to make the rim gold. A nice, like, flat gold. No, not flat. We'll do polished. And then we're also going to make that outer lip like a chrome silver. There we go. You can hardly tell that there's a difference in between that, but that looks so good, man. What a difference in this car. I'm going to actually save this, and that is our design for the Countach. This is fully restored, which is awesome. I really enjoyed doing this. We're actually going to take it out for a little test drive, see and compare it to the test drive beforehand, and see how fast and girthy this is. For 62 grand, I'm pretty happy and stoked about it. Let's go ahead, jump out of here. This thing's going to sound amazing. I left it naturally aspirated as well, so it should sound like the racing V12 it's supposed to. Let's go ahead and test this baby out. There you have it. It sounds so mean. It looks incredible as well. Let's go ahead. Oh, right off the line, man. It just launches. We're not going to try and crash this thing. We're going to try and drive as appropriately as possible, but you know, this being Forza, you just kind of got to put your foot to the floor or your finger to the throttle and just kind of go at her. Hopefully we don't crash it. We did. We're going to do our best not to crash. But again, you know what? It hardly costs us any money for this thing. This thing is an easy investment that we're able to flip and make some money on it as well. So go ahead and follow the shoreline here. This is so nice, man. Such a cool car, especially if it's fully upgraded like this. I do like the rims. I think that worked out to be really good. Now the back, you can notice the silver outer lip, but the front you can't really notice it. Kind of looks like it's still gold. Oh no, it's definitely silver. It's just a little bit glitched, but man, I recommend if you guys can find one of these, fully restore it and play around with it. Get it in tip-top shape and you'll be extremely happy with this guy. Is that a snowplow? Yeah, watch out for the snowplows. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up. This is my first role play video, as you guys know, as I said at the beginning. So again, if you enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you did not enjoy it, make sure to let me know what you didn't enjoy and how I can improve to make this into a series. I actually have a little bit of fun with this as we are crashing our Countach. It's actually a very cool part of the map. This little valley here with the rocks on the side. That's very cool. But yeah, I do enjoy this sort of thing. I do enjoy customizing all the cars and just kind of playing around with them. So let me know what sort of cars you want to see next in the next videos as well. But that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one.